Hello, it's those Utah sisters, and in this video, we are explaining how to play Ultimate Tic-Tac-Toe in your classroom. Supplies that you're going to need. You need a regular worksheet for every student, whatever content you're working on that day. You need a small whiteboard, one per partnership, or a scratch paper, one per partnership will work. Then you're going to need a large class whiteboard, just like your front whiteboard is a great solution to this. And then the whiteboard markers. Okay, as students come into your classroom, you need to assign them either an X or an O. You can use different colored worksheets to help visually sort them into pairs if that's easier, whatever you choose. Then, every student who is an X needs to find a partner who is an O that they're going to play against. Each pair should each have their own worksheet and the whiteboard or scratch paper with a tic-tac-toe grid drawn on it between them. So if I'm an X, I'm sitting next to the O. We each have our own paper, but then we have a whiteboard between us with a tic-tac-toe grid drawn. To start the game, both partners need to tackle the same math problem simultaneously. The first partner to finish with the correct answer gets to make the first move in their tic-tac-toe game. Then they repeat the process with question two and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. This continues until one partner wins the tic-tac-toe game on their whiteboard or their scratch paper. It is possible to win in just 3 questions if they answer all of them correctly before their partner. Once the student wins the tic-tac-toe game at their table, they must immediately run to the large class whiteboard, which should have a large tic-tac-toe grid drawn on it, and then place either an X or an O on the big board, and that should correspond to what they were assigned when they walk in. So again, if I'm an X and I just beat my O partner, I'm running to the board and placing a big X on the board. They can either draw it with a whiteboard marker or whatever you choose to do. Then they go sit back down. They draw another tic-tac-toe board with their partner on their scratch paper or their whiteboard between them, and they repeat the process with more questions that are on their assignment. The game continues until all the pairs, like one pair, is successfully won on the big class board. So until X's or O's win on the big class board, the game continues. Also, if you've never played Ultimate Tic-Tac-Toe, on the big class board, students can move previously played pieces by their team. Example, if we had 2 in a row and then the other team blocked us, I can put a new piece in play, or I can take out one of my current pieces and move it somewhere else to an open space. They just keep going until they've completed their assignments or a team's won on the big board, and then half the class wins, either the X's or an O's. If nobody wins on the big class board and people are done with their assignment, it's essentially just a wash or a cat's eye. Nobody wins. Okay, just a little tip here. If you plan to play this game multiple times in your classroom, because the more you play it, the more competitive it gets, the more the kids get the hang of it, the more fun it is. That's pretty much with all the games. We recommend cutting out large X's and O's out of like cardstock paper and putting magnet tape on the back of them so that they can be reused time and time again. I have a picture of that right here. So this is just a red X, and then my TAs put magnet tape on the back of both of them, and it worked perfectly. So that's a really good tip if you're planning to play a lot of times. You can also see this is what it looks like on the board. I just leave all the X's up there. They run up there, they grab an X, slide it to their spot, run back to their seat, and that's how the game works. If you decide to give this a try in your classroom, please be sure to tag us at those Utah sisters.